Imagine standing in warm, crystal-clear water on a perfect tropical morning, the sun glittering across the surface. Not a single cloud in the sky, no shark fin cutting to the waves, no crocodile lurking near the mangroves. And yet, in that very moment, you could be standing beside the most lethal creature in the entire ocean, and you would never even see it coming. It is not a predator with teeth. It is not a predator with claws. It does not chase, it does not roar, it does not even have a brain, and still, within 3 minutes, it possesses enough venom coursing through its ghost-like tentacles to stop a human heart completely. This is not fiction. This is not exaggeration for the sake of drama. This is simply the truth about one of the most quietly terrifying animals nature has ever produced, a creature so transparent, so silent, so perfectly invisible in its own habitat that scientists still consider it one of the most dangerous animals on the face of the earth. Today, we descend into the warm coastal waters of Northern Australia to meet this ghost of the sea face to face. My name is Fawad Malik, and I am coming to you from Pakistan. Welcome to Fawad's Deep Blue, the channel where we take you beneath the surface of the world's oceans to uncover the creatures that most people will only ever meet in their nightmares. Today's episode belongs to a legend of the deadliest waters on the planet, the Australian box jellyfish. To understand why this animal has earned such a fearsome reputation, we first have to understand what it actually is. Because a box jellyfish is not simply a jellyfish. In the same way that a great white shark is not simply a fish, the box jellyfish belongs to a completely distinct class of marine life known as cubozoa, a name that comes directly from its most obvious physical feature, a bell-shaped body that is almost perfectly cube-like in structure, with 4 flattened sides instead of the rounded, dome-like bell most people picture when they imagine a jellyfish. The particular species we are focusing on today, Chironex fleckeri, is widely regarded by marine biologists and toxicologists as the most venomous marine animal known to science, and quite possibly one of the most venomous animals on Earth in any environment, ocean or land included. Chironex fleckeri is found primarily in the coastal waters of Northern Australia, particularly around Queensland, the Northern Territory, and parts of Western Australia, though related and similarly dangerous box jellyfish species exist throughout the Indo-Pacific region, from the Philippines to Papua New Guinea to parts of Southeast Asia. The waters it prefers are calm, warm, shallow, and often surprisingly close to shore, river mouths, estuaries, sheltered bays, and sandy beaches, precisely the kind of inviting, tranquil water that draws swimmers, tourists, and children in for a relaxing afternoon swim. This is one of the great, cruel ironies of the box jellyfish's existence. The very conditions that make a beach feel safe and calm are often the exact conditions the box jellyfish prefers most. Physically, an adult Chironex fleckeri can grow a bell roughly the size of a basketball, sometimes reaching up to 30 centimeters across, with a body so transparent and pale blue that it becomes almost completely invisible in daylight, blending seamlessly with the shimmering surface of tropical water. But it is not the bell that swimmers need to fear the most. It is what hangs beneath it. From each of the 4 corners of that box-shaped bell trails a cluster of ribbon-like tentacles, and each cluster can contain up to 15 individual tentacles. That means a single mature box jellyfish can trail as many as 60 tentacles altogether, and each of these tentacles can stretch up to 3 meters in length when fully extended, sometimes even longer. Picture that for a moment. 60 individual whip-like strands, each up to 3 meters long, near invisible in the water, drifting silently through a bay where families are waiting and children are laughing and splashing without a single warning sign that anything is wrong. Each of these tentacles is covered in millions of microscopic stinging structures called nematocysts. A nematocyst is essentially nature's own hypodermic needle, a coiled harpoon-like mechanism under immense internal pressure, capable of firing in a fraction of a millisecond a moment. It detects the right chemical and physical triggers on a passing surface, whether that surface belongs to a small fish, a shrimp, or, unfortunately, human skin. When a nematocyst fires, it doesn't simply scratch or sting the surface. It actually punctures the skin at extraordinary speed and force, injecting venom directly into the tissue beneath. A single tentacle brushing against skin can fire thousands of these nematocysts simultaneously, and when we're talking about an animal with 60 tentacles, each up to 3 meters long, brushing across a human leg or torso, the sheer number of venom injections that can occur within seconds becomes almost impossible to comprehend. So, what actually happens when that venom enters a human body? This is where the true danger of the box jellyfish reveals itself, because unlike most other jellyfish stings, which cause pain, irritation, and localized swelling, the venom of Chironex fleckeri is what toxicologists describe as a multi-system toxin. This means it does not simply attack one part of the body. It launches a simultaneous assault on the heart, the nervous system, and the skin all at once. The venom contains a powerful cocktail of porins, which are protein toxins capable of forming pores directly in the walls of living cells, essentially puncturing holes in cell membranes and causing the uncontrolled leakage of potassium out of the cells and into the bloodstream. This rapid shift in potassium levels can trigger what is known as cardiovascular collapse. The heart's electrical rhythm becomes disrupted so severely that it can stop beating altogether, a condition doctors refer to as cardiac arrest, and it can happen within minutes of serious sting, sometimes even before a victim can make it out of the water. At the same time, the venom acts directly on nerve cells, causing intense, burning, searing pain that survivors have described as feeling like being branded with hot iron or having boiling oil poured across the skin. This pain is not a minor discomfort. It is severe enough that victims have been known to go into shock purely from the intensity of it, which can lead to drowning even in shallow water, simply because the pain overwhelms the body's ability to swim or stand. And then there's the skin itself, which suffers direct chemical damage from the venom's dermonecrotic properties, meaning the toxins actively destroy skin tissue at the site of contact. Severe stings often leave behind deep, whip-like scars that trace the exact pattern of the tentacles that made contact, scars that in serious cases never fully fade, marking the survivor's skin for the rest of their life as a permanent reminder of the encounter. The speed of all this cannot be overstated. In cases involving extensive tentacle contact, for example, if a person swims directly into a large jellyfish or becomes entangled in multiple tentacles at once, death has been documented to occur in as little as 2 to 5 minutes. This is faster than almost any other venomous animal on the planet. A death adder, a taipan, a stonefish, even the deadliest snakes on Earth, typically allow more time before venom becomes fatal, giving victims a window, however small, to seek help. The box jellyfish, in its worst-case encounters, offers almost none. This is precisely why Chironex fleckeri holds a grim distinction of being responsible for more human deaths in Australia than sharks, crocodiles, and stonefish combined, a fact that surprises most people who assume the ocean's greatest dangers must come with teeth and jaws rather than transparent, silent ribbons of venom. And yet, despite this fearsome reputation, it's important to understand something crucial about the box jellyfish. It is not hunting humans. It has no interest in us whatsoever. Its entire nervous system and its venom evolved for one purpose only: catching small fish and shrimp fast enough and lethally enough that the prey doesn't have time to struggle and damage the jellyfish's extremely delicate, fragile tentacles. Unlike a shark that must chase down and physically overpower its prey, a jellyfish's body is soft, gelatinous, and nearly defenseless against a fighting, thrashing fish. So evolution equipped it with venom potent enough to kill or paralyze prey almost instantly, stopping the fight before it can even begin. Humans are, quite simply, an accident, a case of being in the wrong stretch of water at the wrong moment, brushing against tentacles that were never meant for us at all. What makes the box jellyfish even more remarkable, and honestly quite unsettling, is that it is not the mindless, drifting creature most people imagine when they think of jellyfish. Most jellyfish species have no true eyes and no centralized brain, simply floating wherever the current takes them, reacting to light and touch in only the most basic way. The box jellyfish shatters this stereotype entirely. It possesses 24 eyes, arranged in 4 clusters of 6, positioned around the base of its bell. Astonishingly, some of these eyes are surprisingly complex, complete with lens, a retina, and a cornea, structurally similar in basic design to the eyes of many vertebrates, including humans. Some of these eyes can only detect light and darkness, while others are capable of forming actual images, allowing the box jellyfish to detect obstacles, navigate around objects like coral or mangrove roots, and even orient itself according to the surface of the water and the position of the sun. Researchers studying Chironex fleckeri have observed behavior that suggests genuine active hunting, rather than passive drifting. The jellyfish appears to actively pursue and target small fish and shrimp, adjusting its direction and speed with a level of coordination that seems almost impossible for a creature with no brain at all, only a distributed, ring-like nerve network circling the base of its bell. This combination of near-invisible camouflage, active visual hunting, lightning-fast venom delivery, and a body built almost entirely of water gives the box jellyfish an almost ghost-like quality in the wild. Present one moment, gone the next, leaving no trace behind except, in the worst cases, the marks of its tentacles on a victim's skin. Local communities across northern Australia have learned to treat the ocean with a very particular kind of respect because of this creature. During what is known as stinger season, which typically runs from around October through to May, coinciding with the warmer months of the Australian summer and the breeding season of the jellyfish, many popular beaches across Queensland install large stinger enclosures. Nets specifically designed with fine enough mesh to keep box jellyfish out while still allowing swimmers to enjoy the water safely within a protected zone. Warning signs featuring the unmistakable silhouette of the box jellyfish are posted prominently along beaches throughout the danger season, and lifeguards keep bottles of vinegar on hand at all times, not as a folk remedy, but because vinegar is scientifically proven to deactivate any unfired nematocysts still clinging to the skin after a sting, preventing further venom injection while emergency treatment is sought. If a sting does occur, the standard emergency protocol developed by Australian marine authorities is very specific and has saved countless lives since it was established. Vinegar is poured liberally and continuously over the affected tentacle marks for a minimum of 30 seconds, which stops any remaining nematocysts from firing further venom into the skin. Crucially, victims and bystanders are taught never to rub the sting site, never to apply fresh water, and never to try to remove the tentacles with bare hands, because doing so can trigger the very nematocysts that haven't fired yet, dramatically worsening the injury. After vinegar treatment, emergency medical services are contacted immediately, because in cases of severe stings, particularly among children, whose smaller body mass means a given dose of venom is proportionally far more dangerous, hospitalization and monitoring of heart rhythm becomes absolutely critical in the following hours. The story of how humanity came to understand this creature's true danger is itself a fascinating chapter in the history of marine science. For much of the early 20th century, mysterious deaths along the coastline of northern Queensland were often blamed on unknown causes, with some early investigators even suspecting sharks or unknown toxins in the water. It wasn't until 1955 that a physician named Dr. Hugo Fleckeri, working in Cairns, Australia, definitively linked a string of sudden, unexplained deaths among swimmers to stings from particular species of jellyfish. Fleckeri's research was groundbreaking, and in recognition of his work identifying the creature responsible, the species was later formally named Chironex fleckeri in his honor. Since that discovery, decades of further research led to the development of a box jellyfish anti-venom in the 1970s, produced using antibodies harvested from sheep that had been safely immunized against the toxin. This anti-venom, combined with rapid vinegar treatment and swift emergency response, has significantly reduced the fatality rate from box jellyfish stings in Australia in the decade since, though the danger remains very real, and the number of documented deaths continues to grow slowly across the region even today, particularly among tourists unfamiliar with local warning systems and stinger season timing. Perhaps one of the most extraordinary details about the box jellyfish's world is the existence of a creature that seems to defy its deadly reputation entirely, a small, strikingly beautiful sea turtle, and, even more surprisingly, certain species of small fish and sea turtles that appear almost completely unaffected by the box jellyfish's venom. Sea turtles, in particular, have thick, leathery skin that provides natural resistance against the nematocysts, allowing several species to feed directly on box jellyfish without suffering any apparent harm, treating one of the ocean's deadliest animals as nothing more than a routine meal. This is a striking reminder that in the grand theater of the ocean, danger and safety are almost always relative. What represents almost certain death to a human swimmer is, to a hungry sea turtle, simply dinner. The life cycle of the box jellyfish adds yet another layer of intrigue to its story. Like many jellyfish species, Chironex fleckeri begins its life not as the free-swimming, tentacle creature we fear, but as a tiny, stationary polyp attached to the seafloor, often hidden among mangrove roots, rocks, or debris in sheltered estuaries. These polyps can remain dormant through the cooler months, essentially waiting, before eventually transforming through a process called strobilation into free-swimming medusa form most people recognize as the adult box jellyfish. Once released into open water, these young jellyfish grow rapidly, feeding voraciously on tiny fish and shrimp, developing their full array of tentacles and their remarkably sophisticated visual system within a matter of months, reaching full maturity in time for the warm breeding season when they become most abundant and most dangerous along the coastline. Despite everything we know today, scientists continue to study Chironex fleckeri because so much still remains a mystery. Researchers are still working to fully understand the exact mechanisms by which its visual system processes information despite lacking any centralized brain structure. Toxinologists continue to study its venom in extraordinary detail, not only to develop better treatments and antivenoms, but because certain components of jellyfish venom have shown potential in unrelated fields of medical research, including early-stage studies into pain management and cardiovascular science. In an almost poetic twist, one of the most feared toxins in the natural world may eventually contribute to breakthroughs that save human lives in an entirely different context. What makes the Australian box jellyfish endure as such a powerful subject of fascination, fear, and respect is not simply the number of deaths attributed to it, but the sheer contrast between its appearance and its capability. It does not look like a predator. It does not behave in a way that fits our instinctive understanding of danger. There is no snarl, no lunge, no visible aggression of any kind. It drifts almost peacefully through warm, sunlit, inviting water, nearly transparent, easy to miss even for the most careful swimmer, and yet it carries within its trailing tentacles one of the most potent venoms ever studied by science. It stands as a powerful reminder that in the natural world, the greatest dangers are very often the quietest ones, hidden in the calmest waters. Wearing the most deceptively gentle disguise, as we conclude today's journey into the world of the Australian box jellyfish, I wanted to take a moment to truly appreciate just how delicately balanced our relationship with the ocean really is. This creature does not attack out of malice. It does not seek out human victims. It simply exists, following instincts shaped over millions of years of evolution, doing exactly what it was built to do in an environment we are only visitors to, understanding it. Its biology, its behavior, its venom, and the precautions we can take is not about fear for the sake of fear. It is about respect, awareness, and the kind of knowledge that keeps swimmers, families, and travelers safe when they choose to step into the warm, beautiful, and occasionally deadly waters of Northern Australia. Thank you so much for joining me today on Fawad's Deep Blue as we explore the terrifying, fascinating, and utterly unique world of the Australian box jellyfish. If you learned something new today, if this story of nature's silent assassin left you as amazed as it left me, then please take a moment to hit that like button. It genuinely helps this channel grow. Share this video with a friend or family member who loves the ocean just as much as you do. And if you haven't already, subscribe to Fawad's Deep Blue so you never miss another deep dive into the most incredible, dangerous, and mysterious creatures our oceans have to offer. And please, drop a comment below and let me know. Would you ever step into waters where the box jellyfish calls home? I read every single comment, and I would love to hear your thoughts. Until next time, stay curious, stay safe, and I will see you in the next episode.